Well, good day everyone. You join me today here at InterClassics in Maastricht in the Netherlands. The first car show for me in 2025. So join me as we go look at some beautiful cars and that, and say hello, Sydney. Let's go. One of the cool cars I did see here was this 1968 Ford GT. Original, not a replica, but I do kind of like, what would you say, like a burnt orange color? Peach, yeah, actually it's a peach color. But this is really always, as you know, the GT40 is really an iconic car that beat Ferrari in the Le Mans and in a lot of places in the world. But beautiful, beautiful looking car, as you can see. Just a stunning piece of work. You can see a little bit inside, and then you can see the bubble on top for the helmet of the driver, whoever drove it. I don't even want to know the price of something like this nowadays, but just a stunning piece of history. This is not just a car, it's artistry, should I say? Beautiful. So we have found this beautiful Lancia Stratus from 1973 with that beautiful 2.4 litre V6. If you guys don't know much about these cars, these ruled the rallies back in the day. These were purposely built rally cars, but I've seen one or two in real life, but I've never been able to get too close to them. That's a beautiful piece of equipment, eh? This one is for sale. It's got a for sale sign over there. But let's just admire how stunning this car is. With its short wheelbase, those massive alloys. And then it's actually got slicks on it. I'm looking at, what are those, like semi-slicks? Let's check the exhaust system coming out the back. It's got number plates, so it's a road registered Stratus, obviously. But what gets me is these back tail lights. They nearly look like they're drawn on. I had to relook, because look how flush they are too. They nearly look like they're drawn on. Stunning car to see in person. Let's go carry on. There will be a lot of cars here you don't see quite often. But this will be definitely one of them. This BMW from 1957, the BMW 507. Let's just appreciate the art of this car from 1957. Look at that. And in this like silvery blue color, it does look quite stunning too. Beautiful, beautiful. Convertible, obviously. I might be wrong. I think you might have got a hardtop version of it, but let's just read a few stats of it. So we got a BMW from 1957. There we go. You can even read this plaque with me. With a V8, 140 horsepower. Remember, we are talking 1957 now. With 4-speed manual, weighing 1300 kg. I still think that would be a toot to drive on a Sunday. Then right next to it, with the Ford Mustang Illinois, gone in 60 seconds. We know that name was a bit of a restricted name a few years back. I don't know what the full story is on it now. I know it's more that anyone can use it now. But this is more of just of an iconic car than anything else. Let's carry on. So, 3 cars I'm going to show you guys here that we've come across also. We haven't moved much from this area. We got this beautiful 911 2.7 RS from 1973. And there's like, what would you call it, like a baby blue, Cindy? A cyan? Carrera. I just like the color and the look of it. For that era car, I think it's beautifully stunning. Then we've got, of course, the Mercedes 300 SL Gullwing. Do I need to give an introduction on this car? If you're a car person, probably not. If you're not a car person, Gullwing, because the doors go straight up, they go like that. So when the doors open, it looks like a Gullwing. And second of all, this was, in theory, what everyone says was the first supercar. Beautiful, beautiful piece of machinery, artwork. Costs a bloody fortune nowadays, those. And then another car I want you guys to come see is this John Player Special. I think it's a Lotus F1 car. Boom. Lotus, yep, Lotus 1978 F1 car. But how wicked is it? And back in that day, I think when you drove something like that, I don't know if it was you have big balls or you're super stupid. But those must be absolute monsters to drive back in the day. Because we're talking what? 1300 kg? It's still quite heavy, eh? 1300. So 1350 kgs. It's got a 3-litre V8, 475 horsepower, top speed 313 km an hour. Yeah. We got a Porsche 718 from 1959. Definitely a car you don't see every day. Stunning. You can see it's a real old school Porsche. Obviously when Porsche was just entering racing, this would have been the era when they started coming into the racing properly. At the back looks like a giant grille, what you get in the front of a car, but because the engine's in the rear, you know, that's literally how it was. And then look at that giant steering wheel. It's actually got 2 seats, but it's got the speed, what would you call that, speedster top or whatever, to cover for the passenger seat so there's no air resistance. The gauges you need, which is rev limiter, oil pressure, and that's it. And then you see the full tube chassis. And then, the passenger, by passenger foot, there's also like a rev limiter in it. Okay. Interesting. Interesting car to see. And yeah, we've got a Subaru 22B. If you don't know, these things are worth quite a bit. That quite a bit. 345,000 with tax. Huh? Who would have ever known a Subaru can reach that much? And it's only in the last like 5 years they've gone through the roof, these 22Bs. I'm not gonna lie, they are wicked looking cars. Worth that price? That's up to the person who pays for it. Here we got 2 Porsches, I think that are really underrated. You always see the 911s, stuff like that. But here, we have a 944 and a 928. 928 GT actually looks quite nice and white. White's not always my color. It looks quite nice. I always love these, like frog eye headlights. Really beautiful. Different, really time period, should we say. If you don't know, this car was meant to be actually a 4-seater originally when they designed it. That's why it actually is quite big in the back of this world. It does have 2 seats at the back, but not as big as it was meant to be. So it's more of a Grand Tour car. Then the 944 was the baby version of it, because Porsche had a phase thinking the 911 was going to go out of fashion, let's say. Then this was the baby version of it. These were, you got the turbo version of these two, also quite killer. I think they used an Audi and Volkswagen cylinder head if I remember right, but damn. The silver's very nice. But this is different. This BMW 3200 CS. I've never seen one. I don't want to know the age of it, because this looks like a 50s car, but really cool. And 2 other older, not old, but older cars I do like. The BMW Z3 Coupe, the M. So it's like a hatchback at the back, as you'll see. It's got the M3 straight 6 motor, which the E46 had. But it's such a cool. And look at the interior in it too. This one's got like a, I don't know, like an ostrichy red color. And I like the gauges in the center console and that too. Very nice car. And then you have the Aston Martin DBS. Beautiful car. I like this era of Aston Martins. Even though they were going through a phase of forward and all that, I think the shape of these are so timeless. So here at InterClassics, we come across a company called Burton Sports Cars. They're a Netherlands-based company. So what they do is they take Citroen 2CV, so you can buy yourself a Citroen 2CV or send it to them to go get sorted out and they'll find you the parts. But they have these sports cars, like this one's a bit more of a desert racer. Look, this one is obviously full track car, single seats, low to the ground type thing. And then here's just the fiberglass body over here for an empty shell. So we're going to have a bit of an outlook on the outsider. So you can get a Citroen 2CV built car. So if you guys must know what a Citroen 2CV is. So you can get a Citroen 2CV, and then they build the body and shell, basically. So it's a fiberglass shell, and it uses the 2CV suspension, steering rack, gearbox, engine, everything based on the car. And then you can build your car. So this one's, like I said, a bit more off-roady. I like this one a lot. And it's based on this Citroen 2CV motor, as you can see there. So there's the gearbox down there, and then there's the engine and that also. And there's a little front fan, and then it's got a bit of a like Lotus shape to it, in a sense. And then you've got your like front bench seats with all your Citroen gauges in that. Obviously that's aftermarket, more for terrain in it. These are that's their gauges, the Burton gauges. And then they've got the luggage space. They did have luggage space in the front here too, a luggage bag. And you got yourself a trick little car. And I remember these aren't that expensive, but beautiful, beautiful bodies, as you can see over there too. And it's got space for the 2 spare wheels. And then here's just the fiberglass shell of when it just comes out of the car, I would say mold. And you use all your Citroen parts. So go check them out. And here's the thing. You can see here, Burton Sports Cars. Go check it out. Say really different and a bit of a kit car on a cheaper end of the scale, but still very nice. Here's one car you don't see original much of, and it really is truly coming classic and iconic. The Nissan R32. How insane is that? R32 GTR, unmodified, all original. This is just beautiful to see. Let's try to show you. So it's a 1994. It's just amazing. Right-hand drive, so obviously Japanese spec. Just stunning and iconic. You can't tell me this. Yes, I think the R34 is the iconic one, but this R32 is. It's only got 7,800 kilometers on it. How? But that is stunning. All right, that's what I want for my birthday. One of those, thank you. With an unlimited bank account, eh? And here we've got 2 cars that are similar but different at the same time. We've got 2 Ultimas, the convertible, the Spider, and we've got the hardtop over there. So this one apparently has got 831 horsepower and it's got a Chev LS7 motor. This has got a Chevy small block, only with 350 horsepower. But like, they're two different cars in one aspect. The same car, but convertible with a shit ton of horsepower. I think that would make you, I might even think the 350 will make you scared. Then you're saying with 831 horsepower is crazy. But you'll see these cars are very minimalistic. what the throttle control is, just your this one's quite nice because it's got the gear shifter in the middle. I think this is a more later version, very minimalistic. Obviously also because it is open top, it's going to rain, it's going to have the weather elements and all that too. Got the big wing, and that wing does look like, yeah, you can change the degrees on the back of that wing and that too. You know, more modern, I think it's got probably also more modern running gear and that too. You can see on the brakes too, are bigger and that too. So this one is a coupe, got all the headlights and that, but still the doors. And then as you can see inside too, very basic in that too. It's got the real original more Ultima shape with the dashboard more in the center and the gear shifter next to you, not in the middle. Really, like I said, two cool looking cars. You can see this older shape was on the round and the newer shape's more square at the back. But two different cars, but same car at the same time. So, which one would you have? The silver one or the yellow one? The car I want to show you guys is this Lancia Delta InterClassics. I probably said that with a mouse, but the paint job and how beautiful and stunning this car is just, it is stunning. Look at this blue and that, like, I don't know, like a lime, slight pinstriping, and with that interior, like an off-white cream interior. It is such a stunning car. Stunning price tag to go with it, but it is so stunning. So, what would a classic car show be without one of the most classic supercars out there? A Ferrari F40. If you guys need an introduction to the Ferrari F40, no, I don't think so. This is such an iconic car and probably one of the best cars in the classic world, one of the best cars out there, let's be honest. But I see this one's got quite cool different center nut, Osrims. These are, I think, were some aftermarket things for the F40. Don't know exactly, I'm not going to be a Ferrari expert, but a beautiful, beautiful car. One thing I've always liked with the F40, and the F50 has it too, this iconic grille at the back where you can actually see the engine straight through the back grille. So you don't mind being behind this car because it looks pretty. And then you can obviously see the two intercoolers for the twin turbo V8 there, and then the iconic interior of like no paintwork, minimalistic, damn freaking. This car was literally just about speed, being as fastest road car as. We have another iconic Lancia rally car, the Lancia 37, here at Speed 8 Classics at InterClassics Car Show. This is just iconic. I don't know if you can see here, you can see the like carbon Kevlar down there to the bottom end. Beautiful car. This is just, I've got something for race cars. If you guys don't know that, I really, really have something for race cars. You can see that. You see the cage. You see inside what the driver in that would have seen. Beautiful, stunning, just, yeah. I have no words. You see the tube chassis come out here. The suspension, the adjustments for the suspension. Obviously, the mud flaps. And there's the iconic engine right here. Normally aspirated, these things were beastly. See the fuel pump and that all over there too. And crossing the ship back then, gearbox all the way back here. Mid-mount. Is that a 4-cylinder? I remember it was a 4-cylinder, normally aspirated Lancia. Twin cam if I'm right. And these were so iconic. And that front end. That's one thing I always say, guys, if you appreciate a lot of classics in the sense of not talking just your old Porsches now, I'm talking very different race cars now. Go to classic car shows, like proper affiliated one, something like this, InterClassics, and go see, you're going to see some iconic cars, like the F40, the Jaguar XJ220, the Lancers that we have seen today, you will not regret it. Yeah, a car I really don't understand why. I know it was on a short run and never really took off, and I think maybe it was a little bit ahead of its time. The BMW Z8. I forget what year this car was produced. Let's see if we can find the plaque. So BMW Z8 E52 Z8 2003? Was it as late as that? Yeah, it would have been 2003, right? But look at the two-tone dashboard. Same body color. Very, like a proper little sports car, this. Manual gearbox, obviously. And then this front end. I like this car. I think it's a really unique taste, and I get that. But I think it had a bit of an old and newer look to it. And I think, if anything, that fits more nowadays than what it did back in 2003. But look, those tail lights are so good. I think we need to get a photo of that. To the next one. So we came across the Ferrari 40. Now we come across the baby Ferrari. The Ferrari Dino with the V6. Honestly, this is such a beautiful car in pictures, stunning car in real life. The Dino. One thing I got showed last time I saw Dino, that's the door handle. That little, that is the door handle. Beautiful, beautiful, stunning car. I love it in this blue too. And the yellow also looks very cool. Not a big fan of it in red, huh? But let's look inside of that. I think this car must be such a fun car to ride. And in real life, I thought they were quite a bit bigger than what they are in real life compared to what you see in photos. Stunning car. And then obviously we got another F40 here, the iconic. This one I think is a little bit more better condition than the last one we saw, but stunning car. Again, they're rare. And so while we look around InterClassics, I come across this. The cool Classic Club. I think they must be quite cool because on the stand, they got a BAC mono. If you know what a BAC mono is, it's a single-seater EcoBoost car for the road. Yep, you heard me, car for the road. So that, climb in that, and you're ready to go drive on the road. Flippin' crazy. That I've always wanted to drive one of these, a BAC mono. Crazy, crazy car. I've ever seen one on the road, and that was in the village I live in, Netherlands, and then a gentleman was driving one. Might be this one, might be another one, I don't know. But I love the concept. The only thing I'm not a big fan of, if I want to have a BAC mono and have something that drives like that, I want to scare the shit out of my passenger. And then you kind of can't fit a passenger, huh? Then another cool car they have, a Renault Clio V6. We've spoken about these on the channel before, seen a couple of them. I just think they're iconic, and this thing over here is only going to go up for these in the future. I'm telling you now. Maybe now they might stalemate a bit, but in the future those are only going to go up. But look how aggressive that looks for hot hatch. And the hot hatch day has died. There's what? The Golf, the Polo, and maybe one or two other hatches. But the full hot hatch, to me, has died. And I don't even think this is hot hatch. I think this is extreme hatch. Here at Andre Noort Classic Car Sales Service, so we've got a McLaren SLR, Mercedes McLaren SR. Again, these are iconic cars, beautiful cars, and obviously the silver with the red interior is very much like the iconic color, demo color, and all that. When I say if you ever want to take a car to think you're going to invest in, I always say, go back in the day and look at the adverts, what they launched the car in, the launch colors. Like the main advert for this was the silver with the red interior. That's what we say. If you want to invest in cars and that like that, try and find those cars that are iconic cars. Look at like when the Toyota 86 first came out, the GT86. It came in that burnt orange in South Africa. It came in the burnt orange with the black interior. And that's what kind of resold very well, because that imprint stays in people's brain with what color and that it says. This in 350Z was silver. Then, another car we have here, Jaguar XJ 220. Stunning piece of equipment, beautiful car, V6 twin turbo. Yeah, no. This went against its counterparts of the Ferrari F40 V8 twin turbo, but stunning car, stunning car. So, on the classic car note, something that's not so classic but more modern, but we're going to look at it anyway, comes from Esser car dealership in Germany, but is a Koenigsegg Jesko Attack in this bright orange with like the Swedish flag going down the middle of it. Beautiful car, sorry. Beautiful car. Stunning piece of equipment. As you can see, the carbon fiber wheels, carbon front. This car is just carbon. It is very little else besides carbon. And then of course the Koenigsegg party trick is the doors, the back and the front. But the front's down at the moment. But it's a beautiful, beautiful car. And as you can see, there's a powerful V8 in the back there. Stunning, stunning car. And all the little intricates, like the little wing over there to duct air. And then full carbon rims, massive brakes. It's just a stunning piece of. So that brings an end for this vlog of InterClassics. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed and really enjoyed coming on this journey with me. I have to say it's a, hey, well, before we make the end of this, I want to go and look here. That's what original RB26 looks like. Sorry. Not very often you don't see those modified. Anyway, that brings the end of our vlog for InterClassics. I stand here at the end, waving goodbye to the Ferrari F40. But thank you for coming with me. I really enjoyed the show. I didn't show you everything, because I do think you guys ever have a chance to come to the show. It is one of the better shows out there if you want to see so many different cars under one roof. But anyway, cheers. Thank you. Hopefully, if you enjoyed the video, give a like, give comments. If you want to know anything, comment more. And if you really enjoyed, please subscribe. We'll see you soon.